Hello everyone, welcome to Methods Bridge. We try and learn. We shall together continue our exploration on objective-oriented programming fundamentals. Let's get started. In today's agenda, we shall see concept of abstraction. What is meant by abstraction? Abstraction helps in hiding. Abstraction is a process of hiding the internal implementation details from the outside world. Abstraction is used to describe things in simple terms. Abstraction is used to create a boundary between a system and a client programs. Make a note. Abstraction solves a design level problems. Encapsulation solves implementation level problems. In a nutshell, abstraction aims to expose only high-level details of functionality for the users and hiding all internal implementation details. Simplified interfaces, code maintenance, flexibility are some of the key takeaways from usage of abstraction concept in OOPS. Let's look at an example. We have a car. We have a little more granular picture inside internal details of the car. Consider a real example of a man driving a car. One should know interfaces and how to use them. Without knowing internal implementation details of the car, isn't it? This is a concept of abstraction. Let's look at types of abstractions. There are two types of abstractions: data abstraction, method abstraction. Data abstraction means it is a process of hiding certain details and showing only essential information to the user. If needed, access to the object's data is provided through some methods. Whereas in method abstraction, hiding the internal implementation of many functions involved in user operations. It does not have implementation within the class. But where you can find the implementation? Subsequently, the implementation will be taking place in subclasses derived from abstract class. Can we see how abstraction using access specifiers? Take a look at, we have a class called my class here, and then we have a few attributes defined under a private access specifier, and then few methods declared under public access specifiers. What this means is, if anyone wanted to access the member variables of a class, can only be possible through a public methods of that class, right? That's the definition of private and public. So the access specifiers are one of the main pillar of implementing abstraction. Members declared as a public in a class can be accessed from anywhere in the program. Members declared as a private in a class can be accessed only from within that class. We cannot access them directly from outside of the class, isn't it, right? Do you know concept of how client and server works? A class acts like a server, and then a client can make a request to the server for certain job to be done by server, isn't it? If you look at here, in a main method, we created an instance of an object, my object, and then we are passing some parameters using a method. You don't require to know how the method implemented inside the class when you are actually trying to access that class from the main program. Isn't it an abstraction for you? All you need to know, the interfaces or methods, and then you should know how to use them, what parameter you have to pass, what value that it returns, things like that, right? This is the another good concept of how you can leverage abstraction in writing a programs. Let me share another example of using abstraction in inheritance. Let's see, we have two classes, a base class and a derived class. Derived class derived from the base class. We have a method in the base class but doesn't have a implementation in the base class. If so, you can implement a specific method in the derived class. A class has a method without implementation is known as abstract class. When you say that, we have to make a note that we cannot create objects for that abstract class. Then how do you create an object? You have to use derived class to create an object. In this example, you could see we create an object of a derived class in main program, and then we are trying to access a method which you implemented in derived class. You should be able to see output produced by this program. If you try to create instance of a base class within a main program, it compiler throws an error. You know why? Cannot declare object of a abstract class, right? Having said that, one question reminds me, why and when to use abstract class? The answer would be to achieve security, hide certain details, only show the important details of an object. What are the advantages of abstraction? Some of them listed here. It reduces complexity, increases security, increase reusability, avoid code duplication, can group many related classes using abstraction, increase development speed and ease, increase the readability and loosely coupling, and then many more. Let's take a look at now abstraction versus encapsulation. Abstraction is a general concept formed by extracting a common features of a specific examples or act of withdrawing or removing something unnecessary. You can use abstraction using interfaces or abstract classes. Abstraction solves a design level problems. Abstraction means hiding implementation using abstract classes, whereas encapsulation is the mechanism that binds a code and a data together. You can implement encapsulation using access modifiers like private, protected, and public. Encapsulation solves the problems in implementation level. Encapsulation means hiding data using getters and setters, like initializing the attributes.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell icon, and please leave the comment. Happy learning. Thank you. Stay tuned to the upcoming sessions.